Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the Noon News. I'm Andrea Lutz. This afternoon, authorities continue to search for a missing Missoula teen last seen 3 weeks ago from Missoula. 17-year-old Hannah Dashna Wishard was last seen on February 4th. She was dropped off near the Missoula Children's Theater to take a bus to work, but didn't get on that bus again that evening. And officials say she never made it to work that night. Hannah's described as a white female, 5'2", 110 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. And if you have any information, call 911. A Missoula man is sentenced in federal court for aiming a laser pointer at an aircraft in flight. It happened as the plane was descending into the Great Falls Airport. Cascade County deputies responded to find a Jeep driving slowly through the parking lot of Heritage Park. Then they found a black pen-like device sticking out from the center of a cup holder. 42-year-old Brian Loven says that he was unaware it was a federal offense to shine a laser at a plane. In Los Angeles, firefighters are battling a massive fire at an industrial area. The fire broke out at a pallet yard and spread to a bus yard. Well, multiple buses were engulfed in flames and wooden pallets burned quickly, and thick plumes of smoke billowed into the sky. Transformers near the fire started blowing and causing a chain reaction. No other injuries, though, have been reported so far. Health officials say they're trying to learn more about a new COVID-19 variant spreading in New York City and just how prevalent it is. Researchers at Columbia Medical Center say in the last 2 weeks, they've seen a 13% in the number of cases there. Veterans from Butte and Anaconda received the first dose of the Moderna vaccine. The VA health system held 20 vaccination clinics at 11 different locations. This one was at the American Legion building, and veterans from Butte and Anaconda were there to receive that first dose. The veterans were screened before entering the building and then educated about the vaccine.
We have 209 veterans scheduled. We have the ability to go up to 250 doses today if need be. And we have a backup list of veterans that we can call and schedule. So just very, very happy to be here.
The CDC has a new search tool when it comes to COVID-19 vaccines. The general public can log on to vaccinefinder.org and find approved providers. Officials say the site allows you to enter your zip code and search radius, and then the site provides a list of nearby pharmacies and health centers. The site also details whether a location has doses actually in stock. Since Governor Greg Gianforte lifted the statewide mask mandate, some counties continued their own local orders. While Flathead County has not, that hasn't stopped Kalispell businesses from enforcing their own. MTN's Jordan Johnson checks in.
Governor Greg Gianforte may have lifted the mask mandate, but here at Bias Brewing, a mask is still required.
Now that the mask mandate has been removed, we're not changing the way that we're operating.
Gabe Merriman, the co-owner of Bias Brewing, says that even though the brewery is still enforcing masks, they are doing it to protect the community.
And we appreciate the rights of all Montana citizens, but we're going to do what we feel is the right thing to do to protect the citizens of Kalispell and the Flathead Valley.
Despite the criticism, Merriman is still feeling community support.
And so we've been overwhelmed with the support that the community has given us. And I think that that's what makes Kalispell great. That's what makes the Flathead Valley great.
Down several blocks downtown at Montana Coffee Traders, they are also enforcing a mask requirement.
We felt like the lifting of the mask mandate was premature in relation to what is available to vaccinate our staff.
To keep the brews boiling and piping hot, the coffee shop will continue enforcing masks until staff can receive the vaccine.
We feel like it's important to do what we can to keep our staff and customers safe.
Whether it's an icy cold IPA or steaming espresso, Merriman says to remain positive.
We're going to go forward through this and come out the other side, and we wouldn't have without the support of the community.
In Kalispell, Jordan Johnson, MTN News.
And businesses say they have seen some pushback, but it hasn't escalated since that statewide mandate was removed. We're going to take a break now from all of this news and check in on the weather with Miller Robson. Hi there.
Out there. Let's take a look at our temperatures out there right now. We've got, we'll work from west to east, 32 right now in Missoula, state capital, Helena at 37. We've got 28 in Butte, 33 in Lewistown, Jordan at 44, Miles City we've got 41. We're seeing a majority of that snow coming in from the west ahead of that next little blast of energy, but we've got a rain snow mix in Miles City right now, and some of us may see some of that today because it is getting warm out there, but as we cool down tonight into tomorrow, of course, that will transition to snow. And we've got to deal with some winds gusting up to about 60 miles an hour, possible still for Livingston through this afternoon. But as we go along today and that disturbance comes through, it's going to kill off those winds. We'll have a complete look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit. Andrea.
All right, Miller, thanks so much. We'll check in with you in a little bit. Of the 3 vaccination requirement bills introduced to the Montana legislature, only one still lives on. The bill would expand which health care providers can sign off on medical exemption to school immunization requirements. It would also prevent the Montana Department of Health and Human Services from putting out additional requirements. The House endorsed it in a vote, and several other bills on vaccination requirements are currently under consideration in the Senate. This afternoon, as a new stimulus bill makes its way to Congress, there's a new poll asking people how they'd spend that proposed $1,400 relief check. Some families say they'd use the money to keep from getting evicted, keep the lights on and pay for education, and to keep their businesses open. Some said they'd nurse family members back to health. And another poll lists paying off debt as another top item for spending their stimulus money. The White House says President Biden is disappointed with a potentially fatal blow to gradually raise the minimum wage to $15. The nonpartisan Senate parliamentarian said that including that provision violates budgetary rules. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also said that Democrat-led House will still pass the plan today with the wage portion intact. Well, ChickfilA may be coming to Missoula. That fast food restaurant filed for a building permit with the city, and Gateway Limited Partnership plans to demolish the old Pier 1 import store out there on North Reserve and put the ChickfilA in place. They offer a variety of chicken sandwiches and nuggets, and obviously very popular. The new Missoula location will join Kalispell's location. There's also another proposed restaurant that has filed for a permit in Billings. Oh, the solo red panda at Zoo Montana is going to get some new friends. Dooley will be joined by Pabu and his mom, Mimi. They'll depart the Oregon Zoo early next month, and the animals are being relocated because of the territorial behavior seen in red pandas. But he's not old enough yet to be without his mom, so she'll be making the trip over to Billings as well. And they will have to undergo a 30-day quarantine before living in the red panda habitat. But more animals coming to Zoo Montana. How exciting. All right, we do have more ahead on the Friday version of the noon news today, including details on that new airline that's coming to Bozeman, what it could mean for your next travels. But first, Miller Robson, he's in next with a look at that statewide weather forecast.